my garbage person of the week is the person in the video I'm about to show you, but also everyone who has taken us to a point where this person can maybe be right in some dark future. Take a look at Jason Miller in this.
He wouldn't support monitoring pregnancies even if a state decided to do that.
Well, he's made it very clear that he's not going to go and weigh in and try to push various states and how they want to go in and set up their particular rules and restrictions. That's going to be up to the states.
Okay, so the grandpa from Teen Wolf there is laying out a future where Donald Trump would apparently be perfectly fine with states monitoring pregnancies. Like, the government's supposed to be very small, remember, but big enough that it keeps track of the fact that you're maybe gonna have a kid. And why would you do this? What, to provide additional aid and advice and vitamin supplements? No. It's because if your pregnancy does not go according to plan, the government may have some questions and maybe a cell for you. And that could be because you do something in that state, or it could be that you do something, outside of that state, in a place I'll call civilization, a place where maybe they have respect for your bodily autonomy. You might leave the regressive area that you're in, go and exercise the rights you had for 99.9% of your life, and then come back and, oh no, all of a sudden some government bureaucrat wants to know why your pregnancy ended. And so he's saying, no, Trump isn't a radical. He's not gonna set up a national monitoring thing, but he apparently would be perfectly happy if your state did it. And so that sounds awesome. Now we have a related topic. This is some of Rachel Maddow talking about how JD Vance intersects with this issue.
In addition to those 19 Republican attorneys general, JD Vance also pressured the Biden administration last year that they should withdraw the rule that protects women in this instance. They should withdraw the Biden administration rule that prevents law enforcement from tracking down and prosecuting women who have crossed state lines to have an abortion. Here is JD Vance's signature on the letter to the White House. If Donald Trump and JD Vance are elected in November, they will have the power to withdraw the Biden administration's privacy rule on this issue.
And so, look, again, this is just another one of the stakes in the election, that you have JD Vance, who is even more insane on the topic of abortion than Trump. Remember, JD Vance thinks that it is morally wrong that there be any exceptions whatsoever to their bans. And then on the other side, you have Biden proposing a rule that would stop states from gathering medical records to be used in investigations of women. And so, I don't know, it's like, I know sometimes we point out how there's not a big enough gap between the parties, but it is difficult to exaggerate how big the gap is in this particular area. What do you think?
The party of big government wants way up your uterus. And not only that, they want to punish people who want to help you stay alive.
Yeah.
That's it.
Potentially lock them up.
Like, it's not an abortion issue anymore. It's you have a uterus issue. Do you realize that? Like, if you get pregnant and there are complications in states, they have actively turned those states into the year zero in terms of our ability to administer any kind of modern medical aid to you until you die. Now, I know it was a fun video game to play for a lot of people to be like, oh, I don't know, I feel like someone told me that I'm killing babies by just sitting here. You're killing like humans who've been alive for a very long time. Like, that's what you're doing. You're killing, now you're not just killing babies. You're not theoretically killing babies. You're actively killing alive people who like have friends and families and have been alive for years.
Yeah.
And the people behind it, this is not let me take out my bulletin board and connect string to it. This is JD Vance and Donald Trump. Signed, sealed, delivered.
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?